Hey Naturally Curly World, I'm Grace. Welcome to Watch and Go, the show where we review things while we do our hair. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the newest season of House of Cards, which I'm really excited to review because I have a love-hate relationship with politics, and this season was really interesting to me because of what's going on in our current political climate. So, let's get started. I'm going to be using some of our Editor's Choice products. I have Diva Curl Build-Up Buster, Diva Curl One Condition Delight, Weightless Waves Conditioner, Two Girls with Curls Spray Leave-In, Miele Organic Styling Gel, and Virtue Labs Uplifted Volumizing Wick. I'm gonna go wash my hair, and I'll be back to talk about House of Cards after that.
Underwood, 2016, 2020, 2024. 2028, 2032, 2036. One nation, Underwood.
This show actually finished shooting in February after the election, and it's really hard for me to think that they didn't incorporate a bunch of political stuff from like this election somehow. It begins with Frank and Claire rigging the election so that they can win. So Frank and Claire, they're up against this like cute all-American couple that's running for president against Frank. It's actually a good candidate for president. It's not someone who's just like out to get as much power as he can, which Frank Underwood admits to wanting like 50 million times in this show. You just want power, you don't actually care about the American public. Sound familiar? So somehow, Frank and Claire rig this election. They do a lot of finagling, a lot of wheeling and dealing, and they get it so that they can manipulate the House and the Senate into electing them. Frank Underwood used to be the House whip. The president stepped down, and somehow Frank got into the presidency without ever actually being elected. Then Frank is about to be impeached. By the way, spoiler alert, I should have said that way earlier, but like, spoilers. But anyways, he goes to his own impeachment hearing, and then he resigns from the presidency because he knows that if he resigns, then Claire can be the president and he can go into the private sector and like rule the private sector, and she can rule the government, and they can basically form a dictatorship. Everything that ever happens in this show is insane. Claire has an affair, but like Frank knows about it because she has the affair in the White House. Like she actually falls in love with him because obviously she's not in love with Frank because he's the worst. She needs someone she could be open with. This guy, like he slept with somebody else while he was also sleeping with Claire. And at one point, Frank walks up to him and goes, "Don't cheat on my wife, Tom." And I'm just like, what kind of... His name is Tom Yates. Tom Yates is bae. I love Tom Yates. They're laying in bed and they're being all vulnerable and stuff. And she tells him about everyone that Frank has ever killed. All of the secrets, all of the dirt. So then he goes and writes a book about it. Okay, up until now, I really thought that like Claire had some kind of redeeming quality. And then this thing happened and I was like, nope, she's just as bad as Frank is. It's actually really frustrating because Tom Hammerschmidt is the journalist who's investigating this thing. And it's like, this investigation is taking too long. Just figure it out already. I just feel like the writers were prolonging it so that there would be more suspense, but I just really want people to know what Frank did. Claire has never addressed the camera before. At one point in the season, she turns to the camera and she says she's seen us all along, but she's been unsure of our intentions and ambivalent about the attention. But not to be mad, she feels that way about most people. She just says that to the camera and then ignores us for like the rest of the season. I don't know if I like it when Claire talks to the camera because the point of Claire is that you never know what she's thinking and you always know what Frank is thinking, right? So it's like, I like that balance. I don't want to know what both of them are thinking because then it's just like too much info. Like I like the mystery of Claire. Frank and Claire, in a very new turn of events, start turning against each other because Claire is sick of Frank's shit. I, for one, don't blame her. I'm sick of Frank too. Why does he always get to be president, huh? Why does she have to be vice president? I just put leave-in in, and now I'm gonna put the gel in. There's also this one scene. It's kind of like its own little standalone episode. All of these like powerful people in politics go out somewhere and they basically go camping, and they do this like ritual where they sacrifice to a giant crow, and it's called Elysian Fields. It reminds me of like really weird cult type of things. They were wearing hoods, y'all. I was truly freaked out. And it's like very out of the blue. Like that's how the episode starts. And you're just like, Frank goes there to like do politics, I guess. I don't know. So I finished putting this gel in. Now I'm gonna just plop my hair up here. And then I will put this mousse in and diffuse. Fine, good. House of Cards Season 5 gets a 3 out of 5 stars. They really tried, y'all. But, you know, some of the writing was really convoluted. Some of the storylines were extremely confusing. The characters just get less and less likable as we go on. Season 5 is definitely about the Underwoods just basically taking over the world. That is their goal in this season. It's a whole new level of power that they're trying to achieve. If you like House of Cards, keep watching it. If you're new to House of Cards, I would go back and start at the beginning. So, in honor of Editor's Choice 2017, we're doing a giveaway today. You're gonna get all of the products that I used today. So just to recap, the products that you'll get are the Diva Curl Build-Up Buster, Diva Curl One Condition Delight, Miele Organic Styling Gel, Two Girls with Curls Spray Leave-In, and the Virtue Uplifted Volumizing Whip. To enter, just make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel and comment and tell us if you were an editor at Naturally Curly, what product would you have picked for Editor's Choice? All right, y'all, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We make watch and goes every Wednesday, so come back next week for another one. Bye.